Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. All praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rikakadash. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father. Yahweh Shai being the name of His only begotten Son, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Now you got Master P and little Romeo going through a conflict, and Romeo complaining about his money that he didn't receive from the music that he did as a little kid. Now, it's a clear-cut situation. When you're a child, your parents is taking care of you, and ain't no such thing as you got a job as a child. Then, even if that's the case, he wouldn't have been able to do any music if it wasn't for his daddy's reputation. So he pretty much is being unappreciative to the life that he was given and the lifestyle he was given due to his father. But this is a perfect example for the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans as a whole, because in the past and in the present, they didn't and don't appreciate the hedge that the Lord has over them. You see, even in Babylon, the Great America, living in the valley of the shadow of death, they don't understand the hedge that is over them in this wicked land, because they would have been destroyed a long time ago if it was due to the enemies of their nation. Now, when you go into the scripture, let me get Deuteronomy 28, because the Lord pretty much showed how this is why we was going to be in the land of the shadow of death. Deuteronomy 28 and 46, it says, and they shall be upon you. What do you mean when you say they? Talking about verse 45, when they say all these curses. He said, and they shall be upon you for a sign and for a wonder, and upon your seed forever, meaning your children forever. And why? Why was the curses on the Israelites? Because you serve not the Lord your God, with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things. See, they wasn't appreciative that and they didn't want showing their appreciation for what the Lord had gave them, and they wasn't serving Him with joyfulness and gladness of heart and the abundance of all things, because He had gave them the abundance of all things. As in Deuteronomy 7 and 6. He said, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord your God, and the Lord your God have chosen you to be a special people unto Himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. You see, they wasn't appreciative to the position that was given to them. And so they was being disobedient. They was ready to serve other gods and pretty much do things their own way over and over and over again. So the curses settled in. Let's go ahead and get what they was doing. Look at Judges, the second chapter. I think like verse 11. Let me start at verse 10. It said, and also all that generation were gathered unto their fathers, and there arose another generation after them, which knew not the Lord, nor yet the works which He had done for Israel. Verse 11. And see, that's what these children nowadays, that's what they doing. They act like they don't even know what their fathers have done. They act like they don't know what the Lord have done or their parents have done for them. See, it says, verse 11, and the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord and served Balaam. Verse 12, and they forsook the God of their fathers, which brought them out of the land of Egypt, and followed other gods of the people that were round about them, and bowed themselves unto them, and provoked the Lord to anger. See, and we're going to get 13 and 14. He said, and they forsook the Lord and served Baal and Ashtaroth, and the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel. And he delivered them into the hand of spoilers that spoiled them, and he sold them into the hand of their enemies round about, so that they could not any longer stand before their enemy. So this is what he did to them due to their unappreciation. Now, to show them that he loved them, let me go to Hebrews. Hebrews 12, around about the 6th verse. Well, let me start the 5th verse. It said, ye have forgotten an exhortation. You have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not thou the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him. See, because you got Master P, he going and rebuking his son and saying, man, you done lived a life like nobody else. And I'm trying to go through all kind of drama in my life, and you bringing up old stuff. Like you ain't lived the greatest life in our with our peoples. One of the greatest life that our peoples was given. Verse 7, it says, if ye endure chastening, God deal with you as with sons, for what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? So if you ain't being rebuked by your parents, you ain't being loved. See, your parents is letting you get away with anything, and they letting you do whatever you want to do. They don't really love your behind. That's what verse 8 bring out. It say, but if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons. And so this is pretty much what the nation of Israel was going through. They was being chastised by the Lord, but it was showing that he loved them, because he ain't chastising these other nations. They haven't seen the judgments of the Most High. Now, let me get Baruch. I think it's 4 and 6. It said, ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because you moved God to wrath. Yeah, you were delivered into the enemy. So he wasn't selling us and putting us in slavery because he wanted to destroy us. It was just to chastise us because we wasn't appreciating the position that he gave us. See, we wasn't appreciating what he had done for us. and serve him with joyfulness and gladness. Pretty much obey him. And so that's when he put the curses on us. Now, what was that? Said he didn't set us to destroy us. It done left me. It done left me. Let me get Joel 2:27. It says, and ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord your God, and none else. See, he's nobody else God but the Israelite, and my people shall not be ashamed. Okay, now it came back to me. Because he haven't chastised these other people. He's only chastised the nation of Israel. See, he only loves the nation of Israel. Verse 19. He showed his word unto Jacob, and his statutes and his judgment unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. See, these other nations have not known the chastisement of the Lord. That's why there's no major slavery amongst their people documented. Amos 2, Amos 3:2. He says, he said, you only have I known of all the families of the earth, therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. So he only known us, and he only punished us. And this is what Jeremiah was getting at in Jeremiah 21:22. He said, they have heard that I sigh. There is none to comfort me. All my enemies have heard of my trouble. See, they hearing how the Lord been chastising the Israelites and punishing the Israelites. They say they are glad that you have done it. You will bring the day that you have called, and they shall be like unto me. See, he was saying, I hope you punish these other nations like you punishing us. But see, the Lord punishing us because he's showing how he loves us. It says 22, let all their wickedness come before you, and do unto them as thou hast done unto me for all my transgression. For my sides are many, and my heart is faint. So this is just showing how he haven't been chastising these other nations and placing judgment on them and scolding them as sons. See, they are bastards to the Lord. He only chose Israel and only chastised Israel and only loved Israel. But Israel wasn't appreciating it. So that's why he threw us in slavery, and he gonna punish 2/3 of Israel for not being obedient and not being appreciative of what he gave them. But I'm gonna leave it there. All praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rekakadash. Double honors to the elders pushing the truth. Peace to the elect, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, descendants of slaves scattered around the globe on slave ships and through many captivities. Our kingdom is at hand. Shalom.